cat in the box.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mix It Up podcast. I am Mike. That is nobody. Nobody is with me this week. I'm riding solo on this podcast because the other co-host of this podcast, he has unlimited personal days or vacation days. Nick is out again this week. He's got more personal days than like an NBA superstar, where like I don't know if people watch NBA basketball at all, but these superstars, they get paid so much money, they just take fucking games off. It's absolutely a disgrace to the game. Can you imagine like Michael Jordan? If you ever watch Michael Jordan play basketball, can you imagine him just taking nights off to rest? I'm like, I mean, motherfuckers, like you play 82 games a year. Like, you really need a break? Like, come on, get paid millions of dollars. Like, how much of a bitch you got to be? Like, oh, I got to sit this game out because we're playing the shittiest team in the NBA. What about all the kids and all the people that pay the tickets to go see you play ball? So basically, I'm comparing that to Nick. Like, we people pay us, Nick, for you to be a part of the show. So you got to step up your game, man. Yeah, he dropped that news last night on the way back for the softball game that he couldn't make it. I think he's doing something with the people with the rock opera. I mean, I think that's what it was. I'm not too sure. Once he told me he was missing the podcast, I was filled with so much rage and anger that I blacked out. Um, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so he told me like he was doing that. The Zoom meeting was gonna be going on for like unlimited amount of time, like 5-6 hours or whatever it was. So he's trying to be, Broadway Nick, man. So as a friend, I gotta support him. Hopefully he makes it big. He's the next cat or whatever the hell it is, like, and he just blows up because I think I want to be part of the entourage, where somebody's like really rich and famous. I don't have to be the Marky Mark, main character where I'm the rich and famous guy. I could be Turtle. I could just clown around and just fucking hang out all fucking day, man. That's the dream. So any of my friends' dreams to get them rich and famous and successful, man, I'm all about it, man. I'm rooting for all you guys. So just remember me. Remember, I just want to be the guy hanging out. So yeah, basically I was coming home for the softball game. We had another good game. Last night we won by like, man, 30 runs again. We're averaging 30 runs a fucking game this year in softball. So we're 3-0. Um, we lost going into this year. We lost actually two of our like top hitters, like, home run hitters, and we replaced them with like, contact hitters, base hit hitters, guys that are gonna hit on the ground. And I tell you what, man, I think that's making a big difference. No offense to like the power hitters, but when you're a power hitter in softball, all you want to do is just try to hit home runs. So a lot of times we get out of innings where it's just like, fly balls into the outfield because, if you're an outfielder and you're playing softball, like you should know how to catch. But the infield's a little bit different because the balls come rocketing at you. There's always bobbles. So if you're hitting the ball on the ground, lo and behold, you're gonna have big innings, and that's what we've been having, man. And this team is, obviously it's a lot of friends of ours and people that I grew up with, people that I played other sports with, go to the gym with. And we got a nice squad this year, man. I think we're gonna have some good games ahead and a lot of late night drinking. So that's what we do after softball. You got to be able to throw some beers in the cooler, hang out for a while, and bullshit. But besides that, I actually hurt myself playing softball yesterday. I had to go to the doctor and get an X-ray, and turns out I got a stress fracture in my foot. Usually, like, X-rays don't pick up little stress fractures, but this one did. So that's not really the best of signs. Usually, they have to send you. I think the doc said you have to send you for like MRIs or whatever to see what you got going on there. But it was a little bit swollen, but they took the X-ray anyway and revealed a stress fracture, 7 to 14 days in a walking boot. But listen, I play first base, man. Like, we could always use a pinch runner. So like I don't plan on missing any games, but just sucks I gotta walk around with a fucking walking boot on. But anyway, that was it, man. That was last night. That was softball. So shout out to Nick again for doing his thing, being Broadway Nick. If he's, I think Cats are coming back, that musical Cats. I think he wants to be a part of that.
Look so sexual.
I mean, good luck to you, man. Like, if you want to be another cat, I don't know how the cats get their stripes. You know what I mean? Like, how do they become cats? Like, how do you become a Broadway cat dancer? You know, these people, like, if you ever been to like one of these Broadway show Cats, like it went off for a while. I think it's been done on Broadway for a minute, but they, during the shows, they used to like, you know, they're all like in tights, boys and girl cats, and then they're all sitting on like your lap, like during like show. If you're like up close, you could be in like in the middle section or the deep. The cats go all over the place, all over the like little building where it don't matter. Like you don't have to be in the front row to get picked on by cats. They'll just fucking find you no matter where you sit. And it was a little weird, definitely weird seeing that show, but like I'm not a big musical Broadway show thing or whatever, but if you want to be the next cat, Nick, you do that, man. I don't know how do you get that high level of being a cat in that Broadway play? Do you have to get like whiskers or whatever? You know how like karate people, they have black belts. Like maybe when you're a cat on Broadway, when you finally get your whiskers, that means you're top. You're like, now you're ready to be part of the cats. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about fucking cats at Broadway, but whatever, man. Just be a star, Nick. Let's just fucking chill, make podcasts, be part of the entourages. But anyway, I'm gonna go into some topics here. Some crazy shit happened, man. The first one we got to talk about is Dave Chappelle getting attacked when he was just in the middle of a comedy set. I think he was on like the Hollywood Bowl or whatever doing a set, and some fucking maniac just ran up and just tackled him. But he had a gun on him, which is the scary part. But the gun had taped to it a fucking long knife. So imagine like you're just on stage doing your normal like routine, joking around, doing a podcast, doing stand up, whatever, being a cat, and some fucking maniac just runs up with a fucking gun with a knife attached to it, just running like head first. And he got to Dave. Good thing the knife never punctured anything or whatever, but the gun turned out to be fake. But still, you don't know that, running up on stage. And then, I think he got into like, like a little tussle, like in the beginning, like a little bit grabbing, but Dave got out of there real quick. He spun out, and then a swarm of like, I guess it was all his bodyguards, but I think it was just like random people too, just wanted a piece of this dude because he can't go after Dave Chappelle. He's comedy royalty. You know what I mean? Everybody loves that fucking guy. He's the best. So you attack a Dave Chappelle, like you gotta be something wrong with you. So they just beat the fucking piss out of this fucking guy. And there's a video of him like getting put on a gurney and his arm is just backwards. His arm is just, it's not on the right way, man. You know what I'm saying? So this guy's he's in the hospital now after getting stomped, but I think he's going to get booked on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon. He's being held on only $30,000 bail, but nobody knows what motivated this guy, Lee's his last name, and to attack him. Like, I don't know if this person is part of the LBJQHZ community.
Damn, look at them titties.
Dave Chappelle had like a little beef with those groups. Meanwhile, he's just telling jokes on stage about every race and every whatever preference. And then, of course, people take everything so fucking sensitive these days. So Dave Chappelle, he's lucky. It's crazy. We're living in a crazy time. But that's my opinion. That's what I think. That person is behind it. I think it had to do with like his jokes. You know what I mean? But listen, after the whole, Chris Rock, Will Smith thing, maybe people just can't take jokes anymore, and they're just gonna try to kill us for cracking jokes. Which is just, it's absolutely insane. People are just losing their fucking minds. So it was funny. Like, actually, speaking of Chris Rock was there. He was doing stand up, I think, after Dave's set. And so he came on after Dave, and he turned to the audience. He's like, was that Will Smith? So that got a good laugh. out of there. So Chris Rock, man, doing his thing. I love Chris Rock too. Another go to comedy. But yeah, man, Dave Chappelle, bro, that's crazy. It was funny. I read that this morning, but a friend of the podcast, Crazy Chris, sent the text message to me this morning. I'm driving to work, so I'm checking the text messages, and it doesn't say the lady that reads out the text messages to me in the car. She said Dave Chappelle's. You know what I mean? I'm like Dave Chappelle. So I'm like that's not his name. So it's just funny that the lady that reads text messages to me in the car, her name is Suri, by the way. She's of Asian descent. I don't have like that Siri, the voice. I hired a real beautiful Asian woman to ride around in my Jeep in my passenger seat, and she just reads all my text messages to me and she replies, which is fantastic. I think that should be a job. All seriousness, no joke. Is like we should be able to hire somebody, to drive around with us and just read our text messages, make calls. I think that'll maybe like drive the car every once in a while so we could drink and just fucking like get hammered. And I don't know. Maybe that's just like some kind of job I just created. So whoever wants to take that job away from me, I trademark that shit. I mean, I guess they could just be like limo drivers or Uber drivers, but whatever. So that's it. That's it with the whole Dave Chappelle thing. Well, not really, not necessarily, because of course everybody has to have an opinion about the whole Dave Chappelle thing. And for the people that listen to The View or watch The View, I don't watch those bird head talks. So I read it. It was an article on the Post, and I guess one of the ladies from The View, her name is Sunny Hostin, and of course she blames Donald Trump for Dave Chappelle getting attacked. I mean, it's just fucking crazy. Even Whoopi Goldberg chimed in, and she's asking the audience, like, she's like, well, I mean, it's happening on airplanes, it's happening on street corners, like, so they're just blaming a president that's no longer a president. I can't believe they're blaming a president on this maniac just running up on stage and trying to like kill Dave Chappelle. It's fucking crazy. And then at least one of the other girls on The View, her name is Lindsay Granger. I guess she's a guest host. And she basically just said, this is not a political thing. Come on. Like, and it's really not. Why would you make everything so fucking political? It's pretty easy. Like, Dave Chappelle got attacked by a fucking guy with a mental fucking problem or a fucking lesbo that transition and can't take a fucking joke and just run on stage and try to attack him. It's one or the other. And for her to blame Donald Trump, I'm like, what are we fucking talking about here, man? Blaming the president. I don't understand that. Like, why do people have to make everything about politics? I'm starting to think it's all just clickbait and just to get people like myself riled up, because I can't imagine people being this fucking stupid. How are you being that dumb to just blame everything on Trump? It doesn't make any sense, man. I mean, I wish I had somebody to go to right now, because I don't get it. I need another perspective. Like, are people just really so supportive of a presidential candidate or president before, like, whoever, like, in politics? Are you so like that far behind them that you're willing to attack people like over it? I don't fucking understand.
I'm surrounded by assholes.
It just drives me crazy sometimes thinking about that dumb shit.
Good. Fuck them.
Right? Am I right or am I wrong? I don't understand why people just keep blaming fucking dumb things like that.
Looks so sexual.
It's crazy that we live in a time like that. We're just getting bombarded with all these fucking politics, man. The past couple of years, man. It's like they're just fucking playing mind games with us to try to break us down, because we're starting to see like more and more people with these mental problems around. I mean, we're all a little fucked up. I mean, let's be honest. Nobody's fucking perfect out here. We all got to be a little nuts. I look around sometimes. I look around all the friends I've had, even ever had, that I probably don't talk to a lot anymore, but everybody I ever known grade school, hanging out, um, up at the block, basketball courts, all the people I met through sports, through softball. Everybody I know is just a little fucking crazy. If you really look at the person, just pick five random, just do it right now in your heads. Pick five random friends you have and just look at their personality, look at how they act. They're fucking nuts, right? Just think about it. Five people. I can name the five people, five guests that I had on this podcast. All right. We're all fucking a little crazy, man. Just look up the previous guests. I mean, one of them has the word crazy as his first name. So, we're all like a little screwed up. You know what I mean? It's the ones, you could have like, you could say, oh, I have a little mental stuff going on. I'm a little mentally ill. Yeah, we all are. But there's different extremes to it. Like,
shove it up your ass!
Jeez, you okay?
I'm sorry. I have Tourette's syndrome, and it causes me to have these uncontrollable outbursts.
It's not so bad.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, you get used to it. Ball sweat! Anus! Liquor!
if there's like one where you're just like, hey, I'm a little fucked up, but whatever, man. Let's go get hammered and shit, Or you know what I mean? Like, let's go watch a sports game. Like, you're chilling, you're fine, you're good. But then it's the people that are attacking Dave Chappelle, run on stage, blaming everything on politics and everything they see, and believe in everything they see on the television. And I think they just get so wrapped up and absorbed by it that they can't take a step back. They just so like, I don't know, maybe they broke them. Maybe the television or whatever, like, brainwashed them and broke them. Because man, it's really kind of depressing. If you ever watch the news at night, it's horrible. It's so fucking depressing. It's one bad story after the other. There's no good stories on there. Like I said before, I think on one of these podcasts earlier, I did it. If you watch the news, like the whole hour, right? It's just death, fucking horror, criminals, like it's fires, earthquakes, tsunamis, tornadoes, really bad fucking, drizzle, really inconvenient. Like, there's so much fucking dumb shit on there. It's so bad. Everything's a fucking Debbie Downer. But then you get to the very last part of the news. It's so almost like, oh, and this fucking guy, like the Yankee game, for instance, it was actually a really nice moment during the Yankee game yesterday. Aaron Judge was up at bat. He hit a home run. This is in Toronto. So it was like this, older guy in a Toronto jersey, had it, obviously Toronto fan, caught the Judge's ball. And usually in opposing parks, you throw that ball back. But there's a kid, probably like 8 years old or whatever, and he had an Aaron Judge, shirt on, and the Toronto dude turned and gave the kid the Aaron Judge ball. I tell you, man, it was like a really like nice moment. And it kind of gets you like almost choked up because the kid like started immediately crying. He hugged the guy. He was like so grateful. Like, it was actually really nice to see. And then today they gave the guy that gave the kid the ball and that kid and his father like front row tickets to tonight. They all got to meet Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge was talking to the kid, but like, that's the kind of like stories we need more of throughout the whole news. I understand the news got to report, a fire or some crazy shit, you know what I mean? Like earthquakes. I understand they got to report it, but it's overwhelming 95% of all horror stories and then 5% good. I think maybe if they kind of reversed it and put like all good shit on, but then again, it's all about ratings. So who would sit through everything like joyous and happy stories like that? Maybe a psycho like me would enjoy that news better. I don't know, because people do like gossip and they like seeing like, oh, I can't believe that happened. I can't believe this happened. So I guess if I go into work tomorrow and I talk about, oh, you see the kid with the Aaron Judge balls, I like all these nice stories to think something's fucking wrong with me. But I don't know. It was just nice to see. And I'm sick of like the whole media just kind of like, I think the whole media and everything's just making people like mentally ill and depressed and down. Like, we need more like upbeat stories, But who knows what's going on in this world, man? We got lesbian women with dicks and tits and Lord knows what else they got going on, attacking comedians. Boy. But that's it, man. That's it for that topic. So Get well, Dave Chappelle. Go back on, do your thing. Don't let that fucking phase you. Just get more security. But anyway, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back on the Mix It Up podcast with Mike. Just me. All right, we are back on the Mix It Up podcast. I am Mike, by myself this week. So I'm gonna go with another topic that Crazy Chris actually texted me and Nick this morning in a group text we're in. So this was in, I guess, Brazil. And it's this crazy story. This dummy, this Brazilian man, shoved a 4-pound dumbbell up his ass, and it was in there for 2 days. This is like, one of those thin, like, 2, 3, 4-pound dumbbell, the real skinny one that, women use, sometimes, or, girly men use when they can't lift a lot of weights. So basically this fucking thing, it looks like a fucking dick. It looks like a fucking dildo. So this fucking dude was like, yeah, I'm just going to fucking shove it on my ass. Right. I keep telling people, I'm like, your butt, it's for exit only. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff shoots out of it. When you're feeling great, when you're feeling sick, it's a lot worse. So if you're playing with that shit and you're shoving something up there, I mean, you're gay. Like, I mean, that's it. Like, this dude, I'm sure he went to the doctor. He's like, I'm telling you, doc, I'm not gay. But you shove something up your fucking ass that has some kind of like, it is what it is. It's fucking gay undertones. You know what I'm saying? So you listen, you want something up there. You're not sticking up there. Like, I mean, I think I seen like a Jackass. Steve-O did it as a joke. He shoved like a little toy car up there. Like, was it Steve-O? Was it one of the other guys? I don't know. One of those fucking jackasses fucking do these little fucking cars, the little fucking cars that we used to play with as a kid, innocent. Like, we would never think about shoving that up either. And he fucking shoved up there for a comedy bit. And he went to the doctor and he had to get an x-ray. You see the fucking x-ray with the toy car in there. It's fucking hysterical. I mean, I laughed. I thought it was fucking funny. But if you see this fucking thing, they showed the x-ray of this guy's 4.5-pound dumbbell that he stuck up his ass. It goes from his ass and it's on a slant. So it's going up. So it's almost going up towards his fucking belly button. It's fine. And it almost reaches there. It's like, it's probably the length of his whole leg, of your thigh, like going, the sideways. And like, can you imagine living with that thing up your ass for fucking 2 days? 2 days. Like, how do you go to the bathroom? How do you shit? Like, he said he was obviously like feeling sick. He was nauseous. He was having cramping, abdominal pain. Of course, dumbass. And why wait 2 days? You think you just could have shit it out? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. He could have shit out before. He's probably so nervous. He's probably going around the house for 2 fucking days trying to figure out how to get this thing out of his asshole. He probably got a wife and kids, and you don't want this stuff to get out. You can't just be like, oh, I was at the gym and I was benching and the bench broke and the 4.5-pound dumbbell was just standing straight up on its own, and then I sat on it, and then boom, pop goes the weasel, and I got a fucking thing up my ass. So, I mean, poor fucking guy, man. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, I feel bad for him in a way. I gotta be honest, because that's scary. Like, if you get that shit, like, say it was an accident, and you're having that shit shoved up your ass, you're running all over the house. You're looking for household items that you haven't used in years, trying to figure out a way to fucking clamp on that and pull that fucking sucker out. It must have been so stuck up there. Like that's frightening. That's got to be very frightening, if you didn't want that to happen. But this dude wanted it to happen. Maybe he just, maybe he wasn't. Maybe he didn't give a fuck. Maybe he wanted to see how long he could go with that thing shoved up his asshole. But I tell you, man, people do some fucking crazy shit. Like, doctors must have some fucking funny ass stories, man. Like proctologists, dealing with like the butt, and because that's probably like, I would say 90% of your job is probably pulling things out of fucking people's assholes. I mean, that's it. It's scary. It's fucking scary. I understand like you're in the mood, you're with your you're with your significant other, and then sometimes a finger might end up back there. Sometimes on purpose, sometimes on accident. We don't know. It's just whatever happens in the thrill of the night. But to have other things go up there, I mean, for a woman, it's different. You know what I mean? They might like ass play, and that's a conversation you have to have with them. But as a man, don't shove it, don't even put a finger back there, like one in the stank or whatever. I know people like to use that term, but no, fucking stay the fuck away from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? My butt is my butt, Hey, shit. I mean, listen, all the young people, they're out there eating ass now, from what I hear. Like, it's all over. If you ever been on the dating apps and stuff, like, like I was like 10 years ago when I was on oh God, Tinder, I think Bumblebee, something else, whatever the apps are. And I tell you, man, these young people are freaks. It's one of the first questions they ask, like, are you into ass play? Like, it's no joke. It comes out like fairly quick, because you got to figure on these apps, these people, they got to be maniacs. For anybody that's going on a dating app, you got to be fucking slightly out of your mind, because especially for women, like, how do you go on dating apps and just risk your life? You don't know who these fucking guys are. You just look at a picture of, like, he could be a fucking psycho fucking killer. He could have his own fucking 4.5 pound dumbbells that he wants to use on you. Like, you got to be careful. Like, I don't know how you girls do it. You're brave. You're very brave to even, like, go on a first date with some person you don't even know. Like, that's fucking scary, man. Very scary. Like, we need some kind of, like, more background checks. You hear all these horror stories, like, yeah, I went on a date with this guy, he fucking kidnapped me, or, like, even what's worse, the ones that get you to, like, give up your bank account. Like, there's stories like these poor women, they're on these dating apps. Like, this guy is messaging them, and they never met before, but he manages to convince them to send like 100,000 money to his bank account because he's stuck in another country, and they fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. Like, these are like, and these women don't appear to be dumb, because I've seen the interviews, and they look like, look smart people. They just get suckered into believing that this person's real. Like, these are catfish. Those are, they're people from other countries that's doing it. I mean, sometimes I guess the guy could be real, but I mean, mostly it's like, how do you fall for that kind of fucking shit? So that'd be terrible to lose your life savings over that, I mean, listen, I know when I'm not an idiot. When I was on those dating apps, a while ago, you see this, like, all of a sudden, like, this hottest woman you ever seen on the planet show up, right? Just one picture. And she's like half naked in a bathing suit. And she's like, hi, honey. And she can't even spell honey correctly. That's fake. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just know, like, I don't know. Some people are just, I guess, so fucking stupid. But I don't know. Anyway, we're going to take a quick commercial break, because it looks like I'm going to have a surprise guest coming on at the end of this podcast. So we'll be right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mix It Up podcast. Well, during that break, I got joined by not only Nick, but LJ. LJ, what is up? They are at the studio right now. What's going on?
Chilling over here, man. We just wrapped up a night of business, and we're just kind of kicking it over here. We were going to go get some candlelight, but I guess we got more pressing matters.
LJ's hungry.
We had 3 pies. We had 3 pizza pies tonight. I don't think we need anything else other than we just fucking scarfed down tons of pizza.
Where'd you get the pizza?
John Franco's.
Is that a good spot up there?
Yeah, shit was real good.
I think there's a new place in East Chester that I gotta grab.
Really?
Yeah, it's the same people that made Carlos or Johnny's or some shit down the Bronx. So they put a place up in East Chester. I forgot what it's called. Malarsic knows. Of course, Malarsic would know that.
Right.
He knows all the fucking hot pizza places around the Bronx and shit.
So I know you already talked about Chappelle, man, but, like, let's talk about Chappelle a little more. You know what I mean?
Go ahead, man. Tell me.
LJ, you know what happened? You know what happened with Dave Chappelle?
You know what? I haven't turned on the TV or the news in a very long time. So I'm not really informed about pop culture or any of these people. So I'm probably useless in this conversation. But go ahead.
He's gay.
So
Turned gay.
yeah, he's gay now.
Oh, that's a big thing.
No. So this is what happened. Somebody charged the stage and attacked him the other day because of his transgender jokes. Instead of just staying home and just minding your own business, they decided to go to see him perform live and attacked him on stage. And the guy had a fake gun that when you pull the trigger turns into a knife, but didn't pull it out. And then, but he got his ass kicked backstage. Like Jamie Foxx and Chris Rock and I guess security guards stomped his ass out. And then Chris Rock was there and he said, "Is that Will Smith?"
Yeah. That's a good joke.
Yeah. So how you feel about that, man? You feel how do you feel? Do you love it? Do you love it so much?
That
You
Dave
love when people
Chappelle-
get attacked?
You know what? Sometimes you say something to somebody and, maybe it just cuts them pretty deep and they just don't like what you have to say. And then they got to step up and voice their feelings about it. And that sometimes because you just return to your primitive state and you just attack somebody. I mean, I don't know.
You should use
I
your
get it.
words. You should use the words. If somebody comes at you with words and says a joke, go right back at them. You don't go out there with a gun and a knife and try to kill them. You know what I mean?
No, you
It's
don't
not
just
that
you don't,
serious.
you don't just like let them have it.
I mean, I wouldn't. I'm a normal human being, so that's how
Right.
I would react. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Is that normal though, or is that just the way you are?
no, that's definitely normal. I'm definitely a normal, perfectly fine guy. I have no mental illness at all. I'm perfectly fine upstairs, and so
Isn't
yeah.
that subjective though? Isn't that like a subjective thing?
Then we're just all barbarians, LJ. If we're just like, if you say something
Aren't we
wrong
though?
to me,
Aren't we?
and I just fucking like a monkey, I just throw my shit at you, and I'm fucking like, we're going at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't live like that. That's not a world.
Not in
Like,
2022. It's not allowed.
it seems that's the way it's going now. People are just fucking losing their shit.
What's going on? What about Russia? What's going on over there? They're just holding their shit down. They believe in one thing and they're going to war over it and killing innocent people over it.
And other countries don't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? At least step up and have some fucking balls.
Let
It
me-
shouldn't
let
happen.
me- let
So
me ask-
violence is never the answer, is what we're saying. We need to just be wise asses back. We can't just put someone in their place for disrespecting you or objecting to one of your beliefs in a way and using your forum
No.
and your popularity to put somebody
No.
down about some way they like to live.
There should be a list, LJ, from like what things you can return violence on. You know what I'm saying? It has to be like a commandment type things. All right, there's a list of 10 things that can make you go insane, and then you're allowed to fucking just go like ape shit. You
like
know
the
what I'm saying?
purge, the fucking purge, the weekly purge.
Go crazy. Go stupid. Ah!
It's fucking great.
Yo, listen to this though. If you know something bothers you, like this person obviously knew that Dave Chappelle talked about transgender people and made jokes about it, right? If it bothers you so much, why are you going to show up to something that bothers you that much?
I want to know, did he pay for his ticket?
Probably like a dumbass. You know, he didn't just break in. He probably went on. He probably fucking got his credit card out, did all the
Right.
fucking things like a normal person, and just meanwhile on the back of his head, it's like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. Like, that's insane, man. People are nuts.
It's the jungle, nigga.
He wanted
Probably
a piece of his prejudiced ass. That's what he wanted, a piece of him.
I think that's the story behind it. Nobody knows that, right? I don't think that's official, Nick.
Oh,
it
really?
seems like not. But that was my like on this podcast earlier. I said the same thing tonight. I just assumed that it was because he made friends with enemies against lesbos or whatever.
That's some cop out though. Imagine the guy was just attacking him for whatever other reason. Like that's just the excuse that it's being used.
That could be it too.
Some form to lean on.
The same as a rapper or something. I don't know.
I love how it looks like LJ's dancing around on his fucking screen. Shifting.
Who are those people on the fucking background?
That's Nick Hetfield right above my head. See him? That's
I just noticed that now. I'm like, I don't think those faces are real. Like, if you're watching on
Oh, they're real.
YouTube, LJ's background, there's 4 faces, but they all look like they were photoshopped. They don't look real, like real heads. I could be really stoned right now, but I don't think they're real humans.
Those aren't the real people.
Doesn't look like it, right, Nick? Am I right? Or am I fucking seeing things?
Those are
The guy
super. That's 4 super talented Broadway actors right there.
Dude, the guy on the right looks like a chick.
Looks like he's squeezing out a fart.
He looks like he's a
And Nick's
swimsuit
mad.
model.
Look, Nick Hetfield's mad about it. He's angry.
Nick Hetfield. I don't know how Nick Hetfield's face is turning that way based upon his body and his hair.
Well, because of the fart that just got squeezed out on him. Look at him.
It looks like he's mid-exorcist, where he's like halfway around.
He's like, no, you didn't.
Holy shit.
He looks like he's about to shoot him with a knife gun.
That's funny. Then this other dude's just giving a thumbs up all about it. Like, if you ever watch on this, just watch the YouTube video of this edition. Just watch this. Watch this part. It's fucking hilarious. So how was the meeting? I said on this pod you're gonna be the next like Broadway stars. You're gonna be on the new Cats. What you accomplish on this Zoom meeting today?
Not much. We didn't really participate much.
But you're listening, taking it all in, absorbing all the info.
You know, I wanna just point out something a little crazy here. So, you know how you're not paying attention to something the whole time? Like I wasn't paying attention at all, right? And then my name got mentioned out of the blue.
Oh, that sucks.
And my brain just subconsciously picked up on it because the volume was real low. It was like somebody say Nick, and you just jump right in. You just know, you know? But other than that, we just ate pizza, man.
So you cheated.
Know?
So you cheated.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he was summoned. He heard his name. He went, and then he said, please repeat the question.
Yeah, pretty much.
The other guys were like, whatever he just said just did not make any sense. Does he even know what we're talking about?
Right.
So I said on the podcast, I just want to be part of the entourage. Like, I don't want to be like the Marky Mark. I want you guys to be like big time famous, and I could just be like hanging out. I could be Turtle, you know what I mean? From Entourage. I don't give a fuck. I just want to be around. I just want to be chilling, you know?
Yeah.
That's like Elvis walk around with his guys, the Memphis Mafia, they called them, and they would just hang around him and just like, back him up and just, take care of business for him if you need business handled.
Take care of business. I'll pick up some sloppies, like whatever I got to do, man. Like it don't matter. Like I'll pick up the sloppies. Don't give me. Turtle picked up many sloppies on the episodes of Entourage. So yeah, I'm definitely rooting for you guys, man. Just don't be cats. Just don't fucking turn into 2 cats. That'd be whack. I'm gonna be going to a show on Broadway. Then you see you 2 clowns dancing around me and shit. Well, I'm just trying to sit down and enjoy the fucking show.
I've only seen like 2 Broadway shows.
Yeah, Broadway shows they're pretty boring.
I seen 2, and one of them where you guys were in. You know what I'm saying? So like, that was it.
I seen 2 and I was in 1, so that's pretty weird.
Cats and rock opera. That's my 2 that I've seen. Cats I seen like 20 years ago. It was Sahara. It was fucking like it was a terrifying event.
When the music's good, it's cool. I mean, I saw Jersey Boys. Jersey Boys was phenomenal.
I heard that was. I heard the ones with South Park creators. I don't know what it's called. I heard that one's good.
Oh, Book of Mormon.
Yeah, that's it. I heard that one's real good.
I had dated this girl for like 8 years, and we split up, and we had like about 4 years apart, not seeing each other, and I reconnected with her somehow. I guess I don't know. It was really weird, and I ended up taking her to Jersey Boys, and the songs in that show were like, we could relate to them, me and her, in so many ways. And moral of the story is that show got me laid. And I love that show.
I thought when you said like when you took her to Jersey, I thought you were gonna be like, she's gonna ask you like, kiss me where it smells. And then you were like, I took her to Jersey. I don't know how Nick just left the room and he's now hanging out with the band at LJ in the other room.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, cats did not get me laid 20 years ago. Let me tell you, that didn't work out that well. Don't see Cats if you want to get ass.
Yeah, I mean, the second time I went to Jersey Boys, I took my grandparents.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Yeah, it was like two extremes.
You got enough battery on there? I gotta jack this.
He's taking my charger.
I have 4% battery.
Well, I'll probably get booted off before you because I have less.
You have less than 4%?
I'm pretty sure I'm a loser.
Check out your battery power.
I don't know. We'll see.
It's probably why he's fucking dancing around the room. He's fucking losing battery by the second.
Mike.
It looks like LJ's on a ride. Like he's like on a roller coaster and shit right now. He's on fucking. He's at Six Flags.
What's it feel like being on a podcast by yourself, Mike? Is it like it's like a masturbatory podcast because you're just around yourself?
It's very strange because I'm like talking to myself. I feel like it's almost like I'm sitting down like a crazy person in like solitary confinement. That's how it would feel like if I was in jail and they drew me in the fucking solitary because I fucking stabbed a motherfucker in there. And they had it would just be four walls. And like, what do you do? Like, so, and I would just talk to myself. So that's how it feels. It felt like I was in solitary doing a podcast by myself. I give it up for the people that do it like consistently by themselves because you're talking to yourself like a crazy person. Like there's nobody else in the room. It's fucking weird.
I'd like to say that if I was in prison, I would just sit there and jerk off all day, but I'm pretty sure it would be the same thing as if I was home. You jerk off once. You jerk off once and you're like, I can't jerk off anymore. And then you're like, now I'm in prison. I'm fucked.
There's no 2-a-days at home, man. Those days are long fucking gone. It's one shot and then you're just done for the rest of the day. You do nothing the rest of the day.
Dude,
take a shot early, you're done. You have nothing to do the rest of the day.
How funny is it though? All the time you're like, oh, as soon as I'm done jerking off right now, I'm definitely jerking off again. As soon as I'm done.
Yeah, and that changes fairly quickly. I'm like, I was just thinking something else a minute ago, and then boom.
And boom.
Yeah, it changes to where like I'm like, all right, what's in the fridge? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I need to make a trip to the kitchen.
And then you jerk off. Yeah, like you say, if you jerk off early in the day, then you like later on, you're like, fuck, I already jerked off. God damn it.
Yeah.
Like,
then what do you do? What do you go fucking read?
You gotta read.
But you don't do it again because you can. You don't do it again because you don't want to be a perv.
Well, that's a good question.
I mean, it's mostly because like you just don't. You psychologically want to, but you physically really.
It'll be strain. It'll be a strain.
You don't want to fail. You don't want to try as hard.
Yeah, you don't want to fail too. Yeah, yeah. Then if you're trying way too hard and you fail, then you just feel like you're unsuccessful.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's probably like, I mean,
if I could do it all day, shit, I would do it all day. That's
I
fun.
mean, I don't know, man. It's got to be pretty bad if you fail.
When you fail and then you keep trying to succeed, it's just, you feel like such a piece of shit when you finally succeed, and then you just like, oh, I'm such a loser. Yeah. I knew I shouldn't have tried again today.
Well, when it's something that you've been doing consistently since you were probably about, I don't know, what, 11, 12 years old, but actually if you were me, it was more like 6 years old. Yeah, if you fail at that, then you really are a loser.
Just don't do it in front of the mirror. Then if you have to look at yourself, you'll feel like such an embarrassment when you can't. You're just lying there. I mean, it's just disgusting. That's just a disgusting sight, man. It's embarrassment. Terrible.
I don't know. I mean, I wish I could go back in time and see myself on like a camera when I was 6 years old, because I got caught fucking whacking it in the fucking classroom. I was sitting there up with my fucking like an Indian style, like my fucking like on my desk and like playing myself under my desk, and the teacher goes, "Mr. Canora, come here." And I walk up to it was a Catholic school. Mrs. Decina, her name was.
I'm bored and horny.
She was a wretched old woman. She said, "You stop playing with yourself right now." And I waddled myself back with my little boner back to my seat. I didn't know what was going on. I sat down in a chair and I continued to play with myself. And they had to call my mother, and then she came pick me up. About a week later, I had to get brought to the doctor, and I saw Dr. Britis over in Yonkers off of Broadway.
Dr. B.
Pediatrician.
Yo, with
Remember
the
him?
cat clock and the
Yeah,
Raggedy
yeah,
Ann and
yeah,
Andy and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's
Yeah,
in my
true
head.
Story. True story.
You were the
So-
kid jerking off for there that they
Yeah,
brought you.
I was the
Yo,
one.
you cut the line, man. You fucking cut like 8 people. He's like, this guy's jerking off everywhere. You got to see him quick.
Like,
Doc.
he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop.
He's doing it
Putting
right
his hands
now.
all over the toys. With the, one of those little. It's like a little roller coaster, but you move the little pieces around.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. So went in there.
That little wooden bin with the toys in it.
My mom said to him, he's been complaining about it, something burning down there. He took a look at me, and I guess he told her that I need to stop playing with myself. I was a little raw in my regional square there.
I thought they took you in there because you had a claw that you couldn't break out.
So can you talk about podcasts? Like, you can talk about stuff like this on a podcast?
On the Mix It Up, you can talk about anything.
Dude,
If
with
it's
no
about yourself jerking off at 6 years old, is it like kind of like child fucking, not pornography, but like, is it like,
Not if it's yourself.
it's myself? Yeah. It's not a story about anybody else I knew.
No, like if
But being
that's
that you
me.
guys heard the story, now are you under arrest?
Nope, I didn't see it.
No,
It's just
you're
fucking
talking-
hilarious.
Yeah, we didn't ask if you had any pictures of you playing with.
I don't think I do. You want one now?
Most kids just poured glue on their hands and try to fucking lick it off at grade school. But LJ was just whacking it like in between classes.
That's it, man.
He was like, "What's this little pencil eraser?" On my,
Well, it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think one of like the first movies I ever fucking with sexual content in it, I think it was Dirty Dancing. I remember I used to fucking be
Yeah.
obsessed with that movie.
Jennifer Grey, right?
There was a lot of sex in that movie, man.
Yeah, the slut that got pregnant early on in the beginning.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah,
What was her name?
I forgot, man. I jerked off to her, of course.
Can you pull up a picture of her now?
There's probably somewhere on Google. I'll probably add it in post.
Well, I want to
I can put up a
screenshot it so I
picture
can
of her.
crank one later to her.
She was hot. Fucking that, yo. My man, who's the guy, the lead guy in that? He's a Dirty Dancer guy.
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze. So he probably banged all of them. Right? He probably banged Jennifer Grey before the nose job and after the nose job. Jennifer Grey got a nose job. She looked so whack. She looked mad cute when she had this fucked up nose, like when she was just original Jennifer Grey.
That was
She was so adorable.
Resort, Jewish nose, summer Jew nose.
Yeah,
That's what
that was perfect. It was a perfect. Oh my god, loved her, man. Many a times I was jerking it to her, man, no doubt. And I'd
Dude.
be dancing this shit in my room, like, come on. Then I'm like whacking it, like, yeah, bro, that's
You
the
have to-
shit. You guys there?
Yeah, my battery just died.
Oh,
Did I-
that's her,
You're looking it up now? The blonde or Jennifer Grey?
Jennifer Grey. She was the main character.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. She was the girl.
Yeah, she was way hotter with her fucking nose.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, mad fucking hot. I think I had a poster of her in my room back in the day. Her and Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Like it was the
I
best.
played you guys know last weekend, Friday night, I played a show at this resort up in the Catskills with my band. That was the resort where they actually filmed that movie. I just found that out.
Oh, with all the little bungalows and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really cool actually that happened. I mean, I kind of like felt kind of like brought back a little bit. That movie was a big part of my childhood jerking off days.
Yeah, jerked off to Patrick Swayze for sure, right?
I cranked one out up there too. So
What other movies like part of this jerk off squad back in the day? I'm trying to think for me.
oh, Cool World.
What the fuck is cool?
Kim Basinger. Cool World. It was like an animated movie. It was like she was hot.
Man, I forgot what movies is besides like Sears catalogs, the bra section. Like it was what fucking
Boomerang.
movie was it?
Boomerang. Eddie Murphy banged everybody. Boomerang.
Boomerang. Holy shit. Trying to think what fucking 80s. I think I was jerking off to Hot Shots Part Dukes with that fucking sexy fucking girl Topper. Oh, Topper with the fucking accent. She was hot.
Those are some long legs.
I just had them lengthened. Now they go all the way up.
She looks like a French Jennifer Grey in a way.
Yeah, anybody that looks like Jennifer Grey got it back in the day for me. I'm telling you. I stopped whatever I was doing, no matter what movie they're in. If they look like Jennifer Grey, it was happening.
The only problem with whacking off to those types of movies is 1 minute, like, you know, that hot chick is on, and the next thing you know, fucking what's his name's like his face pops up. The guy from Part Dukes. What's his fucking
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen there, and you're like, you're convincing yourself, like, oh, I'm not jerking at you, Charlie. Don't get your hopes up, big boy.
Close your eyes, man. Just close your eyes. You don't have to stare at it.
But that's like, I mean, that's just something that just has to happen. I mean, sometimes Charlie Sheen's fucking face pops up, and you're not going to stop jerking. You're going to just pray for the next scene to come quicker, right?
Yeah. I agree. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say no.
I see what you did there.
Shit. So what other topics you guys want to discuss?
I'm done with that.
Yeah. I shot my load on that one.
Excuse me.
Hey man, you're leading this thing. Bring something up. Tell me about something. What's going on? What else is going on here?
I don't know. I set all the topics in. I was recording since like 10 o'clock. So I went through all the topics. Yeah, I don't know what else is going on in the world. Anything else popped up?
I want to talk about the Johnny Depp case and how everybody's so fucking enthralled by it and why it's even a part of fucking human ability to watch. Like, who gives a fuck? And why are we being force fed this stupid fucking case?
I don't know, man. Edward Scissorhands is free. He's not guilty, man. He didn't do it.
If OJ didn't do it, he definitely didn't do it.
For real. Like, you know what this bitch did? She
took
literally
a shit on his blanket or something.
Yes. Yeah, in his bed. Like,
yeah, she's a down ass chick.
Yeah, if you do that, like, you definitely have some mental fucking issues, man. You're taking this shit.
Why would he ever let that go?
I would have recorded that shit. Fucking put it on Twitter, man. Like, look what this bitch did. Took a crap in my bed. Nasty. Like, I mean, that's gotta be some fucking nice pussy to stick around that long. That he would deal with that kind of craziness. Because there's a level of craziness that we could all handle, right? But do you reach a certain breaking point where it's just, I gotta get the fuck out of here, you know? And that's usually after like a week or at least 3 Tinder dates. Then you're done because they're fucking maniacs. So you know, like, if you're possibly dating somebody that would shit in your bed, you know that. You know that after the first few dates. You gotta get the fuck out, Edward Scissorhands. Take your fucking scissors. Get the fuck out of there.
Cut your way out of that.
Poor bastard. Feel bad for her.
She's not a squirter. She's a shitter. Never seen a shitter before.
Splatter.
That's not something I'm jerking off to. I tell you that. Dude, I draw the line right there.
He probably liked it. He changed the story around. He liked it. He was looking for her to do it. She was like, she was probably terrified that he made her do it, but she loved him so much that she forced herself to do it.
Pop up squat.
Oh yeah, it was his thing, not hers.
That's fucking great. Like,
Pirates of the Caribbean over here.
How did she not like fall off the bed, like taking a shit? Like, I would fall if I go on my bed and go on like my 2 legs and squat down. I'm falling. She probably was high, like she's hanging from like the ceiling fan and shit.
Probably had a super Tempur-Pedic. It's a very high class Tempur-Pedic bed where, like, you know, you could put a wine glass side, doesn't fall over. You know
I gotta get a bed like that.
I know, about $5 grand, $6 grand.
They make it seem so magical, but it's really not.
Yeah,
I'm still fucking dropping shit on my fucking bed.
What about you spend $5,000 or $6,000 and you're bringing a chick home and she squirts all over your bed and gives you the brown ring of death all over your fucking $5,000 bed? What happens with that?
You order another $5,000 mattress the next day. Get that, yo! I'm kicking her out of the house.
Johnny Depp, yeah, when you're Johnny Depp,
yeah. I'll take out a loan. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm kicking her.
Johnny Utah. Not when you're Johnny Utah.
Johnny Utah. I'm kicking her ass out of my house and she's taking the bed with her, man. Fuck that.
How did the topic? How did the topic that she shit in his bed come up in court? Like, was he like defending himself, and then he was like, you know what, I gotta let this one out. I gotta fucking pull out all stops. Like, and they were coming after him. He was like, all right, now, Rock, now. And he was like, bitch shit in my bed one morning. And I was like, ah.
Yeah, how you gonna be a jury on that and just not fucking break out of laughter? Like, I'll be dying. I'll be in tears.
That's why we're getting to see the whole thing, because it's it's entertaining, isn't it?
It is.
You watch it, don't you, LJ?
I don't watch it. I see it on my Facebook screen, like when I'm like scrolling through whatever bullshit and killing time, whatever, while I'm taking a shit, whatever. And yeah, it's you pop up and you're like, oh, let me see what's going on with this. You read a couple lines on it and you keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But then when I looked at it, glanced at it quick, and I saw that she took a shit on the bed, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's definitely a topic you can't miss.
No.
She turned into a fucking monkey.
Somebody's got to make a fucking meme about that Biggie song when he's like, yeah. So after I shits on the bitch, you know that fucking song? Like, that's it. That's her. You think that's her fucking shit?
Biggie said that?
Yeah, dude. Don't you remember it?
What
like,
the fuck was it?
What was it? I got a story to tell? Was it I got a story to tell? No. It was the beginning of one of the songs where he's like, yeah, so this bitch told me to take a shit on her. And then he's like, like P. Diddy's Puffy's like laughing, and he's like, yo, so after I shits on the bitch.
Yeah, I'll play the song. I'll find it. It's got to be on the double album.
That was Life After Death?
It's got to be on that the double album.
It's got to be hidden somewhere in a double disc set.
She telling me whatever she want to get a freak on or whatever. So I'm like, what's up? What you want to do? So I'm ready to wear it out or whatever. The bitch told me she wanted me to shit on her. Great shot. Like, what you mean? I might shit on you after I hit it. I won't call you no more shit on you like that. Talking about, no, she want me to cock over her and shit on her stomach.
I'm just going to Google it later. When did Biggie take a shit on a woman in one of his songs? I know it'll pop up. Like, people search for that shit. Like, I know it.
Oh, yeah. Of course. They search for everything.
I'm looking at it.
You don't want to see my fucking Google searches.
No, that's just, I'm taking that shit with me.
Oh,
super
Nasty
private.
Boy. From Nasty Boy.
Next week on the Mix It Up podcast, all our Google history is going to be fucking shouted out.
Yo, you know what? Going back to jerking off, but you know when you're watching porn and you're like, your first instinct, obviously, when you're done jerking off is to like wipe out your history, right? But you know when sometimes you forget somehow, and then you like pull up your internet and you're like, oh shit. Like, what if I fucking was around somebody and they're like, oh, all right, so you like donkey porn?
It's
like,
embarrassing.
Nah.
It's very embarrassing, bro.
Yeah, well, I heard a story where it happened to some kid where it was like, he was like streaming or using like AirPlay or whatever on his TV in the living room, and then like went to his room and he's watching porn, and like his porn is just streaming onto his TV, and his whole family's watching it. And he's jerking off though.
A family that jerks off together stays together. So
yeah, is that true?
I don't know. I think so.
I think they end up in jail together.
They all started whacking it. They were fucking. Some were flicking the bean. It was fucking. It was a family event.
They end up institutionalized together.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's crazy.
The jerk offs. That's their fucking last name. Yes, I didn't watch any of that fucking that Johnny Edward Scissorhands fucking Amber Heard trial, man. I took a glance at it, like kind of like LJ said too. I was doing same Twitter shit. I seen that couple things pop up. She's fucking nuts. And I heard Elon Musk, like he like was the private donor of
Ellen who?
Elon Musk.
Ellen.
Right? Ellen DeGeneres Musk.
Ellen.
So that, the rich motherfucker with the rockets. So he was fucking sending her money and shit to pay for like her, like, I don't know, like her law people. He was paying for her lawyers and shit. Like,
yeah, right. Because she was probably sending him shitty underwear that he could sniff.
Yeah, she was taking little dumps in it and then fucking send it to him. Like, that's what she did. And she got him to fucking pay for it, which is crazy. Because he knows he dated her. So He knows she's fucking nuts. She probably got so much dirt on him that he's like, I gotta pay for this fucking bitch. You know?
Right.
Crazy. So Amber Heard, you single?
Yeah, what's up?
Let's go.
What's up, honey? What's up? Yo, I did see like a while ago, I guess it was maybe like a year ago or 2 years ago when this whole shit came about, whatever, with the charges were pressed against him. And like, you see the video clips of him like rolling through the apartment like a maniac. Like he looked like he was just on a bender and he was shit-faced or on some shit, whatever it was. And he was like tearing through the fucking cabinets looking for fucking drugs or something. I don't even know. Like he was just, it was nuts. And he started throwing shit at her and all this crazy shit. You see that video? She like recorded it.
No.
Yeah, I saw that once. I remember watching that and I was so surprised to see that. Cause like, I always looked up to Johnny Depp, you know, like I thought that there's a guy that really has his shit together, you know, plays cards in the fucking Viper Room for millions of dollars, like with fucking gangsters and fucking rock stars, ends up being in a fucking rock band, looking like a fucking pirate. Maybe the movie playing with half dead motherfuckers like Joe Perry and shit.
Yeah.
Maybe she did some fucked up shit to him that would cause him to react that way. Like maybe she hid the remote on him and he was just fucking tearing the house apart looking for it. You know what I'm saying?
Possibility.
And we don't know. She provoked that. That's why she got out the camera. She's like, oh, I know this motherfucker's going to go crazy. He can't find the DirecTV remote. She hit record button. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They both obviously. I'm joking around.
Is DirecTV remote like, is that code for like his bag of Coke?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The bag. It was like fucking like mountains of it. He has in his house. It's fucking insane. You see his stash? It was like hills of fucking cocaine on tape.
No, I didn't even see that. Really?
Oh my god, pounds of weed. It was just fucking like it just looked like a fucking fun place to be. I tell you that. I don't know how they could just get into so many fights with each other. It just looked so amazing.
That's when you know you really made it. You could just sit back and just party your fucking ass off until you fucking end up on trial with your woman that used to shit in your bed.
Right.
You know?
Right, man. You can't pick somebody else or she picks somebody else. They're just like, they seem like just so bad for each other. And now we get to all fucking hear about it. I mean, everybody's been involved in those kind of scary relationships.
Oh, yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It happens.
Oh, yeah.
So
I feel like it's just one after another.
Well, you know, you learn to move on. You know, you don't go after the same psychopaths. You know, some of us do. You know, to each their own. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Each their own.
To each their own. Some people like crazies. Some people don't like crazies. Some people date a crazy and move on from a crazy.
Some people get crazy. I mean, the true crazy comes out after you didn't think they were that crazy. You know.
Yeah.
The more time you spend with somebody, I think. Yeah, everybody's a little fucked up. You know what I mean? Everybody's a little fucked up. It's just what level are you? You know, and then does that level match with that person? If there's too high frequency of levels of craziness and they come together, it's like Amber Heard, Johnny fucking Utah, man. They're fucking just throwing shit on each other, fucking running through the house naked, opening
Johnny pirate ship.
Like, you know, little fucking pirate boy fucking going nuts. Like, you know,
pirate boy.
people are crazy, man.
Oh, Johnny pirate ship.
Imagine she took the stand and she was like, what would you do, Your Honor, if you had a fucking little pirate fucking run around fucking 24/7 in your house?
Like,
dude, I wouldn't watch a fucking Pirates of the Caribbean movie without Johnny Depp in it, though. I'll tell you right now. I wouldn't even watch it.
I hated the Pirates of the Caribbean movie because of Depp. I hated the fucking movie. I fucking hated him in the fucking movie.
I don't understand why.
He annoyed me so much.
He was so good.
Slurry fucking drunk fucking swaying fucking
great.
How do you envision your pirate? Like the guy from the Somalian movie, the fucking Animal Captain Now? That guy?
a sturdy
That's not my pirate.
A sturdy, powerful pirate that goes, all right, I'll beat the shit out of you. Instead of instead of I'm a pirate. I'm a fucking pirate. No. You're not a pirate. You're a flamingo.
You're a fairy dressed like a pirate.
Too much makeup on.
Give me that fucking compass and get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
I never seen the movie, so I can't judge it away. Yeah, I never had any interest in like watching it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I like I'm always into. I like pirates. Pirates are fascinating to me. They just plunder. They sail and they plunder.
Yeah.
Great.
Pirates, I could take them or leave them. Most likely, I just leave them. I'll watch Pirates. I'll watch anything to do with Pirates.
They got knives, they got swords, they got guns, they got gold, they got fucking dirty broads. You know, they got fucking ships. They have wooden ships. Come on now.
Yeah,
What the fuck is not to like about pirates? And they're always in the Caribbean.
Give me a yacht. I want no fucking pirate.
Well, back in the day, they didn't have yachts. Okay, they had fucking pirate ships.
That's crazy.
That was your yacht.
I could almost guarantee that pirates were fucking the shit out of each other. They were fucking, all of them were fucking each other in the ass on the fucking ship. They were out to sea.
They were just gay.
What?
All of them were gay.
All pirates are gay. Yes.
Yeah, all pirates are gay. They're stuck out, lost at sea. There's no women around.
Yep.
Hey, look, there's a hole.
So they took everything except women onto the ship. Is that what you're saying?
No, when they had the chance, they would then rape and plunder and pillage. But until that opportunity came, they were like, "We've been out to sea for 3 months. I'm fucking you tonight."
No, no. There was no, Nick. No, you're destroying my childhood image of pirates. I thought pirates, they would just like let it all build up, where they just, when they finally got to the island and they just went fucking bonkers, they could go more than once in a day. They could probably go like 30 times.
Dude, Captain Hook was banging Shmee. All right, like, all right. Don't stop me, Shmee. Shmee, don't.
Smee. I'm bound by my indefatigable good form to wait. Wait for what? There will be 3 decades, 3 days. It's still gonna be a fat old pan.
I don't like pirates.
Captain Hook was the shit.
Captain Crunch. No, that's right.
Like Captain Crunch, that's your boy.
He did it all, man.
Shit.
Made a cereal and shit.
Oh.
Crunch was like just a boring ass cereal. Like there was nothing to it other than fucking, right? There was nothing.
Oh, then they introduced the Crunch berries. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that was good when they put the berries in there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What was your favorite cereal?
Oh, I had so many. Lucky Charms is my number one favorite.
Lucky Charms?
Cookie Crisp was the best, but it was like $6 a box. Your mom couldn't afford it. You know what I'm saying?
Cookie Crisps.
Rice Krispie. Dope.
Nah, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, bro. That was the best.
Fruity Pebbles. Dope.
When that came out.
Had some Fruity Pebbles last night with a banana. Any cereal must have a banana in it. Other than Lucky Charms, you don't need a banana. Frosted Flakes, banana, dope.
No, bro. Milk. That's it. That's all you need. You don't need to throw any extras in there.
Fucking banana.
Yo,
You guys never bananas?
you can bananas for yourself.
Yo, my grandfather
man.
used to make me put all types of fruit in my cereal. He would cut up a fucking peach, throw a couple blueberries in there, maybe a fucking strawberry, and it was terrible. I'd be like, but I didn't want to upset him. I would eat it. I'm like, good, you know. I didn't want to make him upset.
I would chuck that shit.
I put a steak. In it.
Let the dog eat it. I'll be like, yo, you want fucking blueberries? I mean, the grapes will kill you, but fuck it, I'm not eating them.
Great. We did a fast. Oh my god. Did you know that we did a grape fast, me and Mike?
A grape fast. So what? All you ate is grapes? Or you didn't eat any grapes for like years?
Yeah, it can really go either way.
We ate.
Get it?
We ate grapes. Well, Mike ate them for like a half a day. He fucking bitched out. I ate grapes about a day and a half. Only grapes. Like I just pounded grapes. And by the end of it, I said, this is the dumbest thing I've ever done. I was supposed to do it for 3 days. And I was talking so much shit. I was like, I'm never giving up. Never. And then one time, this is what happened. I bought shitty grapes. They were so big. And I was like, I'm done with this stupid grape fast.
And he gave it to me and I ate them. Like the fucking grapes were good. You just wanted to stop.
Dude,
yeah. Got to the point the grapes taste like little shit nuggets.
Yeah, dude. After the grape fast, food tasted so good though.
That's when I went vegan for like fucking like a month, right? And that was just like awful. That was the worst experience with food I've ever had in my life.
Why
I was so hungry all the time, and I was eating I would eat a lot. Like and I just couldn't do it anymore. And then after that, I ate fucking a real fucking piece of meat and fucking forget it. It was the best tasting thing of all time.
Did you shit all?
Never looked back. Yeah, the vegans. Yeah, the vegan food. Yeah, it sucked.
Oh no, I'm saying when you ate regular food again, did you take a
No,
shit?
the vegan food that didn't help my stomach. I felt like I went to the bathroom more and you know, uncomfortably when I was eating vegan food.
I feel like I knew you when you became a vegan.
Yeah, I think you did. You're my cousin, you know, like we've been cousins for like a long time.
He would know.
Yeah, vegan recently, weren't you?
No, not recently. No, this was like, I don't know.
Did you just
was like maybe-
rediscover LJ, Nick?
This was this is 6 years ago.
Hey, you, I think I know you. Yeah, I'm your cousin. Do blood? I know you all my life.
He did rediscover me though at one point in life.
Remember when it was? You remember the exact moment in time?
No, I don't remember shit.
It was White Plains, man. I was hanging out with my friends.
Oh yeah. On the avenue.
That's my cousin LJ over there. And I was like, I'm going to get up and say hi to him. So I jumped over like this barricade and I was like, hey, man.
That was Brazen Fox.
I just rediscovered you. How does it feel?
Like Blackbear on the other side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't make it over to the other side yet. I was still hanging out at Black Bear.
Somehow.
Yeah, I guess then we hung out. We started hanging out, I guess, right?
And we've been cousins ever since.
Cousins ever since, and never looked back.
Nice. I'm
Yeah.
still
now
waiting.
Now we own a business together. We've got a very unprofitable business we own together.
It's a not-for-profit.
It certainly is a not-for-profit, isn't it?
On your tax reforms, you're like, no profits.
Nothing. We don't even file taxes, I don't think, because we don't make any money.
Right. You file them like, please pay us something.
We're a hobby.
Oh,
We've become
man.
a hobby.
A hobby.
Oh. So I'm going into surgery pretty soon. So it's going to be all on Nick's it's going to be all on Nick's shoulders. All these responsibilities here.
What are you
I'll
getting
have my
surgery
eye-
on?
My hospital is going to be. It's like overlooking the studio from a distance. So I have my binoculars. And I'll be checking on the place.
You're not transitioning, are you? You're not changing.
You know what? I'm just doing a back surgery this time, but I'm going to look into it and see if the surgeon's pretty good. If he's good, I'm going to see if he can change me into a frog. I always wanted to be a frog. So
Back surgery, really? You really going for back surgery?
going under the knife, taking out a couple of discs. They're going to fix this stenosis in my spine, and hopefully at some point I'll be able to fart without being in pain.
Wow, that's the goal. That's the goal.
Yeah, of course. I just want to fart again.
Do you have to kind of let it out easily so you don't go in traction?
Oh yeah. You can't go. You can't press. When you press, you get the. If you sometimes you just want to get it out. It's there, and you want to just get it out. You can't do that really.
It's got to be
You
slow.
you can do it, but it's just painful. You get a radiating pain that goes through your ass cheek down to your fucking ankle and back. It just sucks.
From farts.
Yeah,
That's fucking crazy.
Isn't that god awful?
Yo, farts are a powerful fucking thing. Really,
It's also necessary.
right? You have to get it out.
You have to do it.
I feel bad. Even when you have to take a shit, it must be you
Yeah.
have to go gentle. Where you'd be like, shit, I can't.
My friend doesn't let his wife fart. They've been married a couple years now, and she has to walk around all bloated all the time and holding it in.
Oh, I just gotta let it rip. After the first date,
He doesn't let her do it. He doesn't let her do it, man. He won't have it. He won't stand for it.
No, you gotta let them fart. Let them be free.
I don't blame him.
No, you gotta be. You're not happy if you're not farting. Let's be real.
Yeah, no, you're walking around like this.
Yeah, you always gotta look. What's the matter with this guy? He's not farting.
He's holding it in a fart. He's clearly holding it in a fart.
I can see it on his face.
You know what's
Poor
when
bastard.
when you fart and you think that other people can't smell it because you do it 3 feet over,
Yeah, right.
and you're like, oh, and then you take a whiff and you're like, oh yeah, it doesn't smell over here, but you certainly know it smells. Because you can't get full waft of everything, because if you're you're at your job and you're just farting all day, eventually you become immune to the smell and your whole area just smells like farts.
Your cubicle?
Yeah, you can't fart in your cubicle, bro. It's against office etiquette. You get fired for that kind of shit.
Dude, I fart all day at my new job. Like I just rip ass in all day, and I'm like, if I do it, if somebody walks by, I'm like, don't walk over here. I'm just gonna tell them straight up, like, just give it a little bit. You don't want to come over here for a little bit. I'll just because I gotta just be honest with them, you know.
The worst is when you're in a public place, whatever, you're somewhere and there's tons of people around that you know, and you're by yourself at one point and you fucking let out a couple, and it's awful. It's so bad. It's like alcohol farts from the last 3 days of binge drinking, and they fucking, they come out like out of nowhere. Fucking two girls that come up to you and like put their arm around and they give you a hug and you're like, oh God, no. In your head, you're like, fuck, they know now. They know. It's awful.
What if they hug you too hard and the fart just accidentally comes out right there and it's loud? It's no escaping that.
I don't know, man. It's all bad. It's all a bad scene. It's all a bad scene.
But everybody does it. Like, let's just be real. Let's get the stigma out of dropping farts. We should be able to just fart wherever we want, whenever we want.
It's fucking nasty, though.
Nah, it's funny.
It's like I was thinking about it the other day, bro. It's like an imaginary shit. That's what it is. It's not. I don't even think of it as a fart anymore.
It's warning. It's an
imaginary shit, or it's an invisible shit. It's an invisible shit because that's what it is. It smells like shit. You just can't see it.
You're right.
It's an invisible shit.
Right. It's there. It is there.
Gross.
But we just can't see it. Yeah.
Gross. Nobody should do it. I'm telling you, it's not good. I mean, you have to do it, but it's not good. Think about it. Imagine if it had a color. Imagine you could see it. You'd be walking around fucking with shit all over the place. It'd be hanging around you all day long.
Well, I heard now they put chemicals in pools where if you fart underwater, like blue, like just comes out everywhere from your ass. Like it's a big pile of like dark blue. I'm telling you, look it up. It's crazy.
Dude, look it up.
There's nothing more fun than farting in a pool.
It feels good.
No, it
feels
stinks.
good. It stinks so bad.
I don't like this. I don't like it. The chlorine does something. You think it would make it better? It makes it worse.
Yeah. The filter ain't doing shit.
It's like farting in the shower the other day. When you fart in the shower,
you ever be
like it
feels like it becomes different. It feels like it becomes a different. It's not a solid. It's not a gas, and it's not a full liquid. A fart in the shower becomes the fourth element. It's just like it's like liquid nitrogen dripping down your ass cheek. And it's so warm. It becomes so warm. Why does it smell so bad? It's just so toxic.
One of my favorite childhood pastimes was like going to the public pool and like watching like kids like swim by like underneath the water. Like I'd just be farting right in front of right in their path, and they swim right into it. I used to get a kick out of that. It's great. Imagine you had these goggles that go underwater and you could actually see the fart. You could see it like under the water.
Just the air. It's the air in the bubble.
Methane ray goggles. Chem ray goggles.
Coming right from your cheeks. Magically appearing from your cheeks. Just fucking right out into the fucking pool. Oh boy. All right, but I think I gotta wrap this up on the Mix Up Podcast. We talked about enough farts for a night. But yeah, yo, thanks for coming on, Nick.
Yeah, no problem.
And cousin LJ. I'm glad you got rediscovered by Nick, and hopefully we'll have another good time coming back.
Yeah, let me join in with LJ.
Come back on the next episode next week on the next Mix It Up Podcast. Follow us on all social media, like and subscribe. LJ's phone went dead now. Nick went to go see him in the other room. So once again, thanks for coming on, and then we'll see you again in the future episode of the Mix It Up Podcast. Peace.
Peace.